Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sweatwater Fishing. I'm your host Chris, and let's get into Review Tuesday. As a quick overview, we're going to be taking a look at the Sillky Big Boy saw in particular that I've had for roughly around 3 years. We're going to be taking a look at 3 different categories that I find are super important when choosing gear for our camping trips. And those 3 categories are going to be functionality, durability, and just how it makes me feel. And now I know that's obviously subjective, but still really important, because if something doesn't feel right to you, you're not going to use it. And you won't be getting any ratings from me, but by the end I'm hoping that you'll have enough information to make a good buying decision for your next saw. And as a disclaimer, I am not sponsored by Silky in any way. I've paid for this myself.
I want to be the best in the game, best in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout, and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing.
So I've taken the Big Boy Silky saw out on roughly 30 trips over the last 3 years, and it has never failed me to do its job. After repeated use, it's still just as good as when I first bought it, and that shows me that Silky had durability in mind. Now, I had originally bought the Silky Saw Super 21, and one of its biggest downfalls, now don't get me wrong, this saw has its place in time. The saw blade is much shorter than the big boys. As you can see here, it's roughly double the size. Now this one is, the Super 21 is missing its tip, and that was one of its biggest downfalls, is it would get hot and get bound up trying to cut down bigger things, and ended up eventually breaking the tip off. They do sell replacement blades for the Silky saws, but they're at a price point where I feel like if I'm gonna have to pay for a new blade, I might as well upgrade and get a whole new saw. So that's what I ended up doing here. I realized that the blade on the Super 21 just wasn't quite long enough to get the cut draw length, which is the pull past your cut or whatever object you're cutting, usually trees for firewood, if you need to unblock a trail or something. I found that this just wasn't adequate. Now it weighs in at roughly half a pound, so it's perfect for throwing in your back pocket or doing some lawn work or whatever. The Big Boy is roughly around 1 pound, so it's not that much more for its size, but what you get is a much longer cutting blade, and it being curved like this, in my opinion, is amazing because it gets you a cut throughout the entire draw and push. It has 2 adjustable cutting settings to where you can apply the pressure where is needed at the angle that is needed. Just a little bit more versatile, and it's something that Silky came up with that I really like about it. The handle is very durable. It is a soft rubber type handle, and it just feels really good in hands. But no matter how good anything is, if it breaks in 6 months, it's not worth buying. Like I said, I've had this one for 3 years. The blade is still super sharp, as you can see in the footage a moment ago. Cuts like butter, and clean cuts at that, which I was very surprised with. But this isn't just good for camping, guys. This is perfect for throwing in your truck if you have an overland vehicle. I like it that it fits in my side pocket on my hiking bag. If I'm doing overland camping, or if I'm doing truck camping in any sort of way, I just throw this in my tote with all my other gear, and it fits perfectly. It doesn't weigh too much, and it has always been there for me. Now, guys, if you have done any sort of camping, you know how much cutting is done for firewood to keep a fire going all throughout the night with just dead standing or whatnot. It takes a lot of firewood, so there's a lot of cutting that's involved. And I believe that Sillky is the way to go. All in all, it's just a really good piece of equipment to have. A great tool at a fantastic price. The Big Boy comes in at roughly around $75, whereas the Super 21 came in at about $50. So for not much more, you get double the cutting surface and just the durability of Sillky that we all love and enjoy. And in closing, I want to thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit that bell down in the bottom so you can get notified for more content like this. And if you haven't already, I want to go ahead and invite you to hit that subscribe button. It's the big red box over here, and helps us out greatly. So we really appreciate it. And just remember, guys, we get sweaty so you don't have to. Peace. We'll be right back.